Hey guys, what's going on? We're back at brigatrailer.com to go over this super clean 1991 Camaro RS with 21K on it. So let's get into it. So as I mentioned in the opening, this is a 91 Camaro RS and it is a true super clean car. Almost, in my opinion, this is probably a cleaner car than that 2,000 mile yellow IROC that we did a couple weeks ago. And this thing is in really good shape. The paint on it's really good. Again, 21,000 miles. And this one's a pretty loaded RS Camaro. We'll get to the interior in a minute. The paint on it's really good. There's not a lot of stone chips on the front bumpers, not a lot of stone chips on the side of the car and whatnot. Paint's really clean. Again, give you a little bit of history on this car. So up until in the third generation, up until '88, they were called Sport Coupes or Z28s or just Camaros. In 1989, they reintroduced the RS package, and the Sport Coupe just wasn't as popular, I guess, as maybe the RS had become. So they brought back the RS name, and it had been missing from the Camaro since the early '70s. So to introduce this back into '89 for the Camaro, it's kind of a budget package for the Camaro. You could get the V6 standard equipment, or you can get the optional V8, and it didn't make a ton of power. It was only 170 horsepower with 255 foot-pounds of torque. Most of the guys, like most of these cars, prefer the 5 speed, but again, if you've missed some of the early videos, I've had my 91 on here before. My 91, not as clean as this car, it was pretty close in option wise to this car as it would have come out of the factory. I believe this to be a 1SC package, as we'll get to the interior in a minute. It's got the deluxe interior in it, but this was more of a cruiser car. If you wanted the Z20, if you wanted performance, you'd go to the Z28. But this was more of a cruiser car, and you could update this car to make it sound pretty good. It's got the throttle body injection, and I know a lot of people don't like the throttle body injection. I didn't mind it; it was great, kind of everyday car because I used to daily drive mine, and great fuel economy, as you'll see in the sticker coming up here in a minute. The EPA claimed 26 miles a gallon, and I would say that would probably, I don't know, it would say it was fairly accurate. I used to get pretty good fuel mileage on mine, even though it was modded a little bit, but not crazy. Um, so, really interesting car to for this RS, and again, you'd buy this car if you wanted to cruise and not have anything too high performance. So, looking over this window sticker, this car's standard vehicle price was $10,995 with $1,800 on options, and it doesn't really break down the options on here, and they didn't provide an RPO sheet on the listing, um, and I didn't provide the video because the videos weren't that great. So I usually like to include videos on these, but the video wasn't that great, and we couldn't find an RPO sheet. But I'm suspecting it's probably a 1SC package because it's got air conditioning, it's got the locks and windows, it's got cruise, it's got the upgraded radio. Um, so it's hard to believe that destination charge was $459. When you think about it, it's over $1,200 today, and this car sold the original sticker price on this car was $14,878. And I have a funny feeling that this car may see that or more at the end of the auction. And we'd like to get your feedback. So drop it down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think that this thing will actually sell for. There's no reserve on it, so I think that this thing still will exceed 15. Could see 20 grand. The third gens are starting to pick up in price now. So let's get on to the interior, and we'll have a look at that. So I gotta say that you don't see too many of these third gens with this light tan, and they call it light brown interior. Yeah, light brown custom cloth. And you don't see too many cars with this interior. They're usually gray or gray and black. Mine was gray and black. It did same seats, same door panels, just that were gray and black. That's more the popular interior. And I think that, I mean, back in the day when we were parting these things out, we would basically throw all this in the garbage because nobody wanted tan interior. And now it seems today that tan and red interiors for some reason are getting popular again. So it is, like I said, I suspected it's one SC package. It's got the power locks, power windows, tilt cruise. It's got the upgraded radio. And then moving on. So moving on to the engine bay, I have to say this engine bay might be cleaner. I think it is cleaner. It's cleaner than that 2,000-mile IROC that we showed a couple weeks ago, where this engine bay has got 10 times the mileage on it, but yet it is a lot cleaner than a 2,000-mile IROC. And then going to the underneath, you can see like something got caught or they hit something on the underbody. Not a lot, of big deal, but there is some scrapes under there. And then you can see the original muffler and whatnot. 21,000K would have the original exhaust on it, but yeah, you got the typical surface rust on the axle and all that. That's that's all superficial surface rust. It's not a big deal, but overall, I'm gonna say this is pretty close to almost a perfect car. I'm gonna say it's probably about a 9 out of 10. Some of the pictures we didn't show you was the headliner starting to come apart on it, which I would expect for something of this age. But again, if you guys enjoy this content and you are a big third gen fan, check out some of our videos. We'll put it in the link and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you guys very much, and we will see you soon.